We came up with 4 affirmations, things that I really wanted that were very clear to me. And I just started saying those over and over to myself. So it was kind of like a mantra. Well, hello there, prosperity seeker. Welcome to another episode of The Prosperity Approach. I'm your host, Allyson Chavez, and as always, I'm so thrilled to have you here. Couple of reminders before we dive into today's topic. If you're listening to the audio version of this episode, be sure that you're following the podcast on your favorite app. And if you happen to be watching this on YouTube right now, be sure to click that red subscribe button below and click the notification bell so that you're notified every time a new video is released. And if you want to see what we're up to, you can head over to AllysonChavez.com. You can pick up some free meditations, our prosperity guide. You can register for one of our free online prosperity experiences. We've got all the things over there to help make your journey to success and prosperity filled with ease, joy, delight, pleasure, and speed. All right, so let's dive into today's topic, which is all about affirmations. Oh my goodness, affirmations like the bane of some people's existence and a source of such great frustration for most people, and others completely swear by affirmations. So I really wanted to talk about the secret that actually makes affirmations work every single time. This is what I bumped up against too. When I first learned about affirmations, when people were trying to show me how to use them, I kept arguing with the affirmations in my mind. Like I felt like the world's biggest liar when I would tell myself I was thin, when I really was quite overweight. I told myself I was rich when we hardly had any money in our account, that money was easy to make when it really was the hardest thing in the world to make at the time. And I felt like a fraud. I felt like a liar. And more often than not, I would just set it down because I just kept getting so frustrated with the whole thing. And I would tell myself all of these things, but nothing around me actually changed. And I was like, you know what? I know these work, but there's something I'm not doing right because they're really not working for me. So I would just get even more frustrated and then just keep doing what I was doing and continue to get the same results that I'd always been getting. But when I actually learned the secret to making affirmations work, it changed everything. And I want to give you an example of how I lost the weight. I was 45 pounds overweight. I was really tired of being 45 pounds overweight. And no matter what I did, it wasn't sustainable. And I would lose like 3 pounds and then I'd plateau, right? So all it was water weight. And I was trying to change my lifestyle and I was saying, oh, this isn't a diet, this is a lifestyle. Like I was doing all the things, but nothing was working. And there was a point where I was like, well, apparently my body just likes weighing 170 pounds, even though I'm only 5'2". And this is my lot in life. And I really, really believed that until I just stopped believing that and decided, you know what, I'm gonna see how powerful my mind is, and I'm gonna actually use affirmations the way that they're meant to. So the secret to making affirmations work is to stop arguing with the affirmation. So our mind tends to go into yeah, but, right? I'm thin, yeah, but you're actually 45 pounds overweight. I eat healthy. Yeah, but you actually don't, so it creates this great argument in our mind and it creates a great sense of internal conflict. This is why we feel like we're lying. We feel like we're just kind of kidding ourselves and we're not living in quote unquote reality. And so we kind of feel silly. Most of the time we feel frustrated and we leave them alone. We stop doing our affirmations. But if you'll just stop the argument with the affirmation, the mental argument in your mind, it'll change absolutely everything. All right. So I know what you're thinking. How do you change it, Allyson? Because you know it, but you want to know how. So this is how I changed the argument. When I would start telling myself, I eat healthy, my body is toned all over, I weigh 125 pounds, my belly is flat. When the argument started that none of that is true, I would say, yeah, but wouldn't it be nice if it was? When you ask, wouldn't it be nice if, it stops the argument. Because your mind doesn't have anything to fight because yeah, it would be nice. At the time, I did want to weigh 125 pounds. I did want to eat healthy. I did want my body toned all over and I did want a flat belly. So there was no more argument. Wouldn't it be nice if that were actually true? Wouldn't it be nice if I had that? And that was just the linchpin that I needed. That was the key to turn that changed everything. It actually unlocked the door and made affirmations so amazingly powerful because it stopped the argument, which means I stopped the conflict. I stopped feeling like I was lying, and I just allowed myself to accept that. So let me show you how it played out in real life. So I had gotten to a point where I was really tired of weighing 170 pounds, 165 pounds, something like that. And I really wanted to make changes, but I wanted the changes to be easy. I wanted the changes to come quickly. I wanted the journey to be filled with joy and delight. And I wanted the changes to be sustainable. So I got really clear on that. I was really tired of the up and down and the whole yo-yo and all of that and all of the deprivation and reaching the end going, oh, thank the Lord, I'm done. Now things can go back to normal, right? I was done with that. I really did want it to be a lifestyle. And so I was talking with a woman that was in her 60s. She had weighed her ideal weight for much of her adult life. And she said, well, this is what I did. So try this because it worked for me. It'll probably work for you. So we came up with 4 affirmations. I weigh X pounds. So I wanted to weigh 125 pounds. I weigh 125 pounds. I eat healthy. My body is toned all over and my belly is flat. So it was just those 4 things. They were very short, very concise, things that I really wanted that were very clear to me. And I just started saying those over and over to myself all the time when I was in the shower, when I was getting dressed, if I was stuck in traffic. So it was kind of like a mantra. And I would get into this cadence. I weigh 125 pounds. I eat healthy. My body is toned all over and my belly is flat. And I make little songs up about it. And when my mind would be like, well, that's not true. Then I would say, but wouldn't it be nice if it was? And then it would end the argument and allow me to kind of back my way into this new reality that I wanted to create through affirmations. So she said, say it to yourself over and over and over again, all throughout the day. And then watch after about a week and a half to 2 weeks, what comes in to support you in that. Now, I am all about experiments. So I'm like, dang, I'll do that, especially if it's only a week and a half or 2 weeks. So I started doing that. And what was really fascinating was as I continued to say, wouldn't it be nice if that were actually true when my mind was telling me it was a lie, I found that when my body would start craving or like telling me, we need peanut M&Ms stat, immediately my mind would return with, yeah, but I eat healthy and eating handfuls and handfuls of peanut M&Ms isn't healthy. Healthy people don't do that. And I'm a healthy person and I eat healthy, so I'm not going to eat handfuls and handfuls of peanut M&Ms. And just to be clear, my body wasn't saying, hey, let's have 1 or 2. It was, we're at Costco and I see the tub and it's the most beautiful rainbow of colors I've ever seen. We need to eat half of it. All right. So it wasn't like I need a taste. It was, I want to consume pretty much the whole thing. And so as I responded in that way, just in my thought, my body went, fine. And it was just like that. We'll go have some water. And it started working that way all the time. If my body is toned all over, I guess that means I need to get myself to the gym. And before then, I really, really did not like resistance training. I didn't like weight training. And because my body was toned all over, I started wanting to get to the gym and learn how to properly lift the weights and start toning up my body. But the coolest thing that happened was that a friend that I hadn't talked to in about a year reached out to me. And the last conversation that we had, she was really frustrated because she was about 45 pounds overweight. And she's like, before I can do anything, I've just got to get this weight off. And I was like, well, keep me posted. Let me know how things are going. Life happened and it had been about a year. And this was about a week and a half to 2 weeks after I had been running these affirmations very regularly. And she said, oh my gosh, you came across my mind. I wanted to reach out, see how things are going, tell you what I'm up to. And because we were such great friends, it was like no time had passed. So we got on the phone and she said, oh my word, I lost 45 pounds. I kept it off. It was so easy. It was so wonderful. I loved it so much. I've become a health coach. And I was like, are you kidding? I want a health coach. I want it to be easy and fast and fun and love the journey and not be filled with deprivation. Like it was answering all my questions. So she explained what she did and I looked it up online and it was expensive. It was quite a financial investment. And at that time, we didn't have all this money to support all of these things that I wanted to do. And this was a hefty investment at the time. And I remember thinking, oh, I really don't want to pay that much. But that was immediately followed up with, look at what drops in, the people and the programs and the things that support you on your way to what you want. If it answers the question, then follow the answer. And I was like, oh, does this answer the question? Yes, it does. This answers my prayer. It's the answer to my question. So I really need to follow this answer. And what was so amazing is as I did that, the money was always there for us to make our payment every month for this program. And it was always there. It was always easy and joyful to pay for. That is the magic of letting go of the argument with the affirmation and just backing into accepting that affirmation. And it's been years, literally years since I did that. It took me about a little over 4 months to drop 45 pounds. And I kept it off. I've kept it off for well over 2 years. And it's been very, very easy. So everything that I wanted, I weigh 125 pounds, I eat healthy, my body is toned all over and my belly is flat, have all happened. And they happened in the way that I wanted them to. Didn't quite take the form I thought they would, but as that dropped in and I just followed the answer to my questions, all of my needs were met and I had exactly the experience that I desired. Now, if this is something that you want to experience as well, then try on this experiment yourself and pick 4 affirmations. They can be weight loss affirmations or money affirmations or whatever you want. And just ask yourself, wouldn't it be nice if this were true when the argument happens? So you can stop the argument. And if you'd like some additional support, some additional resources that help you to stop the argument, then you can click on the link in the show notes, or you can go to prosperityapproach.com/52 ways. That's 52 ways. You're going to pick up a free prosperity guide that's going to give you lots of different tools and tips and techniques so that you can stop that argument about what it is you want, and you can very quickly start changing your reality. So give it a whirl, try out the experiment. I would love to know how it goes. Pick up your free prosperity guide. And until next time, remember, prosperity becomes you.